Hi there, students. A brilliant word for you today. Desuetude or desuetude. Personally, I prefer desuetude because it sounds a lot posher. Okay, this is a really formal way to say something you don't use anymore. Just that, but it's a great word because it can make you sound terribly posh. Very often we use it with the phrase to fall into desuetude, to fall into desuetude. Okay, so it means something's not used anymore. So the practice of putting people in the stocks, the medieval practice where they put their heads and people in a piece of wood in the marketplace and people threw fruit at them. Great fun. Great fun to treat the plebeians like that. Okay, this is a practice that has fallen into desuetude. Desuetude. I've noticed the Americans nearly always say desuetude. Yes, but, well, Americans. Anyway, desuetude or desuetude. You can also use this legally. This talks about a law, but a really old-fashioned law that hasn't been used for absolutely yonks, for absolute ages. It hasn't been used for a very long time, and it just doesn't have any legal force anymore. Okay, so the last time this law was used was in 1427. Yes, and now it is in desuetude. It's just not used, but that's a very technical definition. Just use it for something that's not used anymore. So, the stables or mummy's stables fell into desuetude because I don't really like horses. And after she passed on, then we just left the stables as they are. Okay, so desuetude, not used at all. Yeah, discontinued because of disuse. Disuse is a much more common word, but common. Yes, if you want to sound posh, desuetude, it sounds wonderful. Something that's not in practice anymore. It's the something has fallen into desuetude. It's no longer used anymore. Yes, the old-fashioned farming habits are now in desuetude. The pulling the plough with a pair of oxen. My, how plebeian. Yes, in a state of desuetude, something that's not used anymore. Okay, practices fall into desuetude. They used to have church in Latin, but nowadays this is something that is in desuetude. It's not used at all. Okay, as to origin, let's see. This comes from French, desueté, which means obsolescence, from Latin, desuetudo. Okay, a discontinued habit. Yeah, comes from a verb meaning to make unaccustomed. Okay, so I don't know. For example, the old fixed telephone has fallen into desuetude. Something that happens to many things. So desuetude, something that is no longer used. Formality. I would give this a 8 in formality, 7.5 in formality. It's a word I would use all the time, informally, but most people won't. I think most people would only use this in a semi-formal or a formal writing. So anyway, enough. If you enjoyed this video, even in the tiniest, slightest bit, I would be so desperately grateful if you might consider the slight possibility of perhaps just being so kind as to give it a rating, if you would. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Desuetude. Desuetude.